What is up, guys? Just a little quick update video on the LG V60. I get a lot of questions about this phone, and I'm assuming a lot of you guys are planning on buying this for the holidays. If you don't know, they have them really cheap right now on eBay, brand new for $450, and I don't know if they're on Amazon yet, but the refurbished one is even $400, but you can get it brand new for $450. I think that's a really good deal, and they're unlocked too. And yeah, so this is one of the best phones of this year that kind of went under the radar like most LG phones. I do think the Velvet kind of got a little bit of credit that it deserved, being a pretty solid phone, but this phone kind of came out, went under the radar again. But the real power users really appreciated this phone, from what I saw, from not just reviews, but from people that are actually power users. You can really appreciate what this phone brings to the table. Alright, so I know some of you guys were waiting for me to get the dual screen case. I ordered it a little while ago, and then it ended up being a V50, a V50 dual screen case. So I don't know if the guy was scamming. I'm not gonna say his name or anything, but I returned it. He let me return it. It said no returns, but yeah, so I'm just gonna buy one brand new. I was trying to save some money, but yeah, I am gonna get the dual screen case. But I've used this phone by itself, and honestly, it's still a great phone by itself, even without the dual screen case. If you're not trying to be like a super power user, multitasking and stuff like that, you'll be perfectly fine using this phone without the dual screen case. It's still a very powerful phone. So if you don't know, we can just briefly go over the V60. I've been using it for a little while now, and I still really love this phone. The design is still a big phone. It is a huge phone. So if you don't like big phones, this is going to be an automatic no for you. It feels super premium in the hand. It's got glass and aluminum design. It's IP68 dust and water resistant. It's just a super solid feeling phone in the hand. So we got our power button on the right side, volume rockers, Google Assistant. This is one of the rare flagship phones to still have a headphone jack. And it also has a quad DAC as well for high quality audio. So that right there off the bat makes this phone extremely unique. You do have USB Type-C with some very loud stereo speakers, which I will let you hear again. I've been comparing the speakers to a lot of phones, and honestly, the speakers are some of the best of this year. It's just really, really loud, and not just loud, but gives off a nice quality to them. Alright, so the V60 has a massive 6.8-inch POLED display. It's 1080p 395 for the PPI. So I know a lot of people did not like that move, going from 1440p to 1080p and sort of cutting the PPI, but like I said, the display quality in this phone is still top notch. You really cannot tell a difference that much to me, honestly, and the trade-off with downgrading that resolution was that we get better battery life on the V60, so it's much better. The standby time on the V60 is absolutely crazy. It really does not die. It's just really crazy how the standby time is, and also screen on time is really excellent on this phone as well. If you're using the 4G, if you're on 5G, I don't have 5G in my area, so I couldn't tell you, but I'm assuming you would get less battery life. And also the dual screen case does make a big difference with battery life as well, so just do note that. But so far the display is definitely the right decision here. I think battery life is more important, since they were doing the whole dual screen thing, and that takes up battery life. So again, it really comes down to personal preference. If you really want the 1440p display thing, then you can just get a V50. You'll be really happy with that as well. But I think it was the right move. You also get the water drop notch, which was a really nice addition over the bigger notch on the V50. That was a really nice move. So overall, I really enjoyed the display. Now that time has passed, it's really not a big deal, them downgrading that. Now, this phone comes with Android 10 with LG's skin on top of it. which isn't too bad. I've never really had a performance problem with this phone. You do have the Snapdragon 865 and Adreno 650. I have a full gaming test if you guys want to check that out. But this phone is extremely fast. It plays games at the highest setting, no problem. So it's a gaming beast. And like I said, if you want to go ahead and get that dual screen case, you can really turn this into a gaming monster here. But as you can see from the gaming test, this phone really does do an excellent job with gaming. And like I said, performance, just swiping in and out of apps, multitasking and stuff like that, you're not going to see a whole bunch of hiccups and stuff like that. So overall, from the time that's passed, I've never really had a performance problem with this phone. Now you do have micro SD support and 128 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM on here, which should definitely last you well into a couple of years. This phone should really still be extremely fast and very snappy when it comes to bouncing in and out of applications. And I want to show you guys the stereo speakers here because they're really awesome. I know I've showed you guys before, but they're, again, some of my favorite speakers on any smartphone right now. They're just extremely loud. They don't have any distortion or anything. And yeah, I just love the quality of these speakers, and they just sound super solid. Like I said, I compared this speaker to a lot of speakers, and I just really like the way this sounds. So it's just really awesome experience. Now this phone does have NFC for mobile payments. The fingerprint scanner is under the display, and you don't have face unlock actually, and that's kind of sucks because as I've been using this phone, that is one thing that I've noticed. The fingerprint scanner, while it's not terrible, as you can see, it definitely is like a little bit slower than the other flagship devices. It works 100% of the time, most of the time, but you do notice like it's a little bit slower. So if I like brought the 7 Pro out, you can see it's like almost instant. And with the V60, it just feels like it just takes an extra, I don't know. But like I said, it's not a huge deal. That is one thing I've noticed. So I would have liked to see face unlock on this phone. I don't understand why they left it out. It's kind of weird. But let's go ahead and talk about battery life on here. Not battery life, but the camera. So you do have a triple camera setup. The cameras on here, I still feel the same way about the cameras when I first got it. I think the cameras are excellent, especially for this price point. They do have a Gcam port, but I haven't felt obligated to put that on there yet because I've been pretty satisfied with the standard camera on here. It's a 64 megapixel standard lens, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and then you have a 0.3 TOF 3D depth sensor. This phone actually shoots 8K video, which is really awesome. You do have the selfie camera at 10 megapixels that also shoots 8K. And as you can see from these stills here, it takes some really awesome photos. I really love the quality, detail is there, dynamic range. Also the very natural LG colors is pretty much the theme here. And yeah, cameras on the V60 are really good. Also video quality is really crazy. Like I said, you get that 8K video on this phone too, so very powerful in the video department. And we all know what LG brings to the table when it comes to your manual settings and stuff like that. So if you really want to get technical with taking pictures, you really can do that on the V60. So lastly, battery life. So like I said, I don't have 5G here, so I can't tell you how it's going to perform on 5G in this area of North Carolina. But you have a 5,000 milliamp battery on here. There's wireless charging. Battery life has been really good, especially if you're just on 4G. And yeah, the experience has been awesome. You can easily get up to 10 hours of screen on time with this phone. Again, depending on what kind of user you are. If you're somebody that's playing hardcore games and stuff like that, you might not get that time. But if you're somebody that's just watching videos, surfing the web, apps, and you play games here and there, this phone will last you a really long time. And like I said, the standby time is really crazy on the V60 as well. So overall, I've just been loving the battery life experience on here. And I wish it had kind of like a quicker fast charging time, but hopefully we see that in the V70. But overall, you know, just the end of the year update for this phone, it's been really awesome. I think once you get the dual screen case at the price point that it is right now, at the $400 mark, you just pay an extra $100. Then it just makes a huge difference, and you have a very powerful phone. So what do you guys think? Are you guys planning on getting the V60? Let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next one.